Hello, hello, happy Saturday. Welcome to Saturday So-and-so. I'm Stephanie and I really appreciate you stopping by and watching my channel. I'm super excited to share some things with you today. And the first is going to be my make. This is what I'm wearing. This jacket. On Saturday So-and-so, I try to show something that I've made, if I've made anything, because I don't make something every week. Although so far I have, and you're kind of motivating me to do so, which is kind of fun for my wardrobe. However, this is a jacket that I kind of had in mind. I knew what I wanted, and I'm wearing it. It's so soft. I just love it. It's Butterick 6394. So I found this because I was looking for lightweight, kind of just a like what I call a third layer. So you have like your top, your skirt, your pants, whatever, and then you want it like a cardigan or a sweater or something, but it's not your coat, right? It's not super warm. You can wear it in and out. You want to put your coat over it. This is not my coat. So I didn't want lined. I didn't want to go to all the trouble to line it. I just wanted something super simple, and I knew I wanted a hood. This fit the bill. Okay, it's got a nice kind of casual sleeve, so I don't, when you put your sleeves in, I don't want it to be tight, so I love that. It's just super cozy. I love it. I love it. And this was just what I wanted. It has a little hood. See there? It had possibly to put a clasp on it, and I may still do that. I don't know. I don't really care to clasp it, so I don't really need that. Some of the versions had one and some of the versions did not. So you can choose that. I chose no. So again, I did my same standard thing that I traced this onto paper, and I made my own pattern so that I could alter it and have the perfect pattern. I learned that at a sewing class. I think I have a video on that a few years ago, and it really, that class upped my skills so much. Like everything I knew, I was self-taught. Everything I knew. And most of it was wrong. Like I was doing so much wrong. And it's probably why I didn't like most of the stuff I made. And now I like most of the stuff I make. It's the opposite. And a lot of it was just I didn't know how to really cut out a pattern, and just learning that. And you know, things like being cutting it correctly. I was kind of sloppy. Like I didn't really care. And getting it on the grain, I never really like got a ruler out and measured if the line was on the grain or not. And they're like, I cut out my pattern at home and brought it into class, and she's like, it's off. And I'm like, it's not off. And she's like, it's off. Let's look. I had not put it exactly on the fold, and I felt like so like sloppy. And I realized that those little things tick me off, like a 1/4 inch, and then when you open it up, that was a 1/2 inch off right there. So I learned a lot. So I do love doing that. And the other thing they taught in the class was to make a muslin first. So that you could get all of your alterations, make the pattern fit you, and then make the garment. And so one of the things I kind of determined right from the get-go is to make my muslin out of actual fashion fabric. That way, if it turned out I had a garment as opposed to just like a sheet, which is kind of what a muslin is. So this is my muslin, and I have a jacket. But the real jacket I wanted to make is this one. Let's see if you can see it. Let me pull it over here. Ah. This is the one I really want to make. I just love this fabric. It's got a lot of blue in it, super soft. This is, so far I've done the hood and the top shoulder seams. The rest is not done yet, so I haven't had time. It's sitting on my dress form, which I just put a couple of links last Saturday on. It's really helpful to have that, and she's exactly my size because I got the personal measurements. So I will probably do a review on this pattern and show you more about this jacket, but for today it's Butterick 6394, unlined, super lightweight. Love, love, love it. Oh my gosh, can I tell you? So I had my grandkids over yesterday? Oh my gosh, yesterday. And let me show you a cute picture. They are so stinking cute. I just love, love, love it. So my daughter dropped him off, and I was wearing my skull top from last Saturday. Remember the skull top? And she just loved it. Even her husband, my son-in-law, he's like, that's a cute top. Strangers have complimented that top. Who knew skulls were popular? Like, I did not. I'm like, ew, skulls, but it was just so cute. So she's like, I want that. Will you make me one? So I showed her this jacket and she's like, no, I want you to make me that. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Who says I'm going to make you anything? Well, I didn't say that to her. She knows I have a rule. I only make things I can wear. And if I hate it, I pass it along to one of my, her or my daughter-in-law or my granddaughters, whoever would want it. You know, and you pass it off and then you're like, oh, it's cute. Why did I hate that? I don't know. I will say, since I took the class I was talking about, I do like my clothes that I make way more than I used to. And I think it's just because I'm better at actually getting the result than I was before. I actually want to take another class and just see if I can up it again and learn some more. I'm kind of waiting for masks to go away. I don't want to sit on a 3 or 4 hour class wearing a mask. I'm kind of a baby. I've just been staying home a lot. So, I don't know. We'll see. So this is my muslin and this is the real jacket, and I'm just really excited. So that's what I'll be working on next week for the most part. Also, I showed you last week that I bought more of the fleece. I love those tops. I want like a bunch of them. I just want to wear them every day. That's all I want to wear. It's gotten chilly here, really cold, and it's just so comfy. Some places in my house just don't get really warm. We're like a lot of wood heat and some gas heat, and it's just old house. I live in a really old house, you can probably tell, and charming, but nonetheless freezing cold. And so I love that top because I just feel like I'm wearing a blanket, man. So that's another goal I have, is to whip a bunch of those out. Since I have the perfect pattern, I can just make it over and over, and it gets easier every time I make it. But don't tell my daughter that. Should I make her one or not? I don't know. The only way I would really do it is if I could give it to her for Christmas, and I was thinking it would be cute to make one for my granddaughter and her matching. Do people do that ever? Wear matching? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Those kids were so cute. So I had this cabinet that I wanted to build and I wanted hubby to build and put in my kitchen porch, and because I redid my whole kitchen porch, and this is just one more little solution that I had, and I thought the kids would, I thought my grandson would enjoy helping Grandpa build that cabinet. And he used the electric screwdriver like 2 times, and then he was off watching videos on his on the computer or playing with his Legos. He just walked away. But my granddaughter, she stuck with it, man. She helped build that entire cabinet. Like, she was all over it. She hammered, let me show you. She hammered some nails. Oh. She's adorable. Like, she just, that's her cabinet. I'm gonna, every time she walks out, I'm like, you built that. You built that. You're only 6 years old and you built that. She's 6. She built that. Anywho, holding my phone because I had a kind of one thing I wanted to share with you that I did this week that was pretty cool for sewing. And that is, I wanted a specific pattern, right? I wanted some features. I said I wanted unlined, I wanted lightweight, and I wanted it easy to make, and a hood. So this fit the bill, but I wanted to look through my patterns first. And one of the things that I do to look through my pattern is I grab my phone. Now, if you haven't seen it, I've done a video on this, but I organized all my patterns on my phone with a thing called Airtable. And I have a video on that I'm going to put a link to. And so here's my sewing pattern collection right here. And this is what I have. I have these patterns. And I can go through them, and what's cool is you can tag them. So like this pattern just has a jacket, but sometimes there's a jacket, a pants, and a shirt, a skirt, a top, and a dress. I mean, there's all these mixes, right? So, and you can say whether it's a casual jacket or a coat, like a winter coat, or, you know, leisure wear, exercise wear, I don't know, whatever. You can do all these tags in your collection, and then you look on here, and then you know the number to go look in your drawer. So over here, have you seen my sewing room tour? So I want to send you to look at my sewing room tour, but I'm kind of like, I got a comment on there that she said, tour starts at 10. 10 minutes! I talked for for 10 minutes before I showed the actual sewing room? What? I talk too much. You already know this. I need to do another sewing room tour video that's just the tour and no talking. No talking. Anywho, if you skip to 10, you can see the sewing room. And you'll see that I have some drawers over here across from me. And a lot of them are empty since I moved out. I moved my office out. I moved my sewing room in. And downstairs, my old sewing room is, all the stuff is still there. I'm kind of converting it into a storage area. But for right now, I didn't want to bring all my crap up here and just make this a piece of crap too. And actually I have you to thank for my clean sewing room, because at least once a week I have to clean it up just for this video. It can't get too messy. But I tend toward the messy. So I left it all down there, and one of the things that was down there was my patterns. They were in this like plastic drawers from Walmart that you open and close, and you know, just a little plastic drawers. And so rather than keep going up and down the stairs to look at patterns, I knew that I wanted them in one of these drawers. And so I moved them, and it took 2 drawers. I still have another empty below it so I could still buy patterns. And I had to kind of update my app, because I noticed I had bought several patterns that weren't in my app. So I just went through and just kind of double checked and got them all caught up. So I'm all caught up right now, and they're all in the drawer, and it's really cool because I can look through here. Now, one of the things that's cool about the app is you can tag it. Oh, I just said that. You can put a picture, so you take your own picture with your phone, the front and the back. So if I'm in a fabric store and I think, ooh, this would make a great dress that I made, or something that I have the pattern for, I can open my app, find the back, and see how much fabric I need, what kind of fabric it's good for. I know exactly what I'm doing. Airtable. So I really like that, and I got that from somebody else, and hopefully her blog is still there, because that's the starter. She gave like a little blank starter, and that's how I did it. If it's not, you just have to start it yourself. It's not hard. This Airtable is so easy to use. So I thought I would talk a little bit about that. How do you organize your patterns? You know, do you have to go through them to see what you have? And I have quite a few, 2 drawers full. So going through all of them is not an easy thing. And sometimes I'll be like, oh, I might like that one, or I might like that one, or I might like that one. And now I've got like 10 patterns out of order. These are all numerical. I do them by numerical numbers, and not by pattern type. They're all just by numbers. Everyone's got a number. And so then I got to put them back, and so I just leave them all in there, and I use my phone to see what I have. And I thought I would just share that with you, because you know, it's just been really helpful to me to have that. So that's pretty much what's been going on with me. Like I said, it's turned cold and it's dark. I usually like for you guys to look out the window and how pretty it is out there, but it's like 5 o'clock and it's dark already. And I don't know. I don't like it. I miss summer already. I mean, I love winter, but I miss, you know, being outside. It's just too cold. I miss my porch deck sitting days, you know, sitting out on the deck. I'm going to try and figure out if we can, I got this little tabletop heater. I'll let you know if this works. So I got this little tabletop heater to set out on my, I have a covered area to my deck. It's just like a little side porch. And I'm thinking of pulling 2 of the chairs around and just sitting them under this eave so that we're, you know, not under the rain or whatever. And I got this little tabletop heater that's just like the tall one. Wouldn't that be cool? Sit outside when it's misty or rainy or snowing. Oh, we had our first snow. So I'm in Northern California, and where I live, we don't get snow that much. It's kind of a special occasion. As soon as it starts snowing, all my friends on Facebook are just like, snow, snow, snow. It's kind of fun to watch. Let me show you mine. So that's pretty cool. You probably have a lot of snow where you are. You'd be like, what's the big deal? It's, you know, we're not used to it, so it's kind of fun, and, you know, it's snowing. Woo! It didn't stick or anything. It was just white for a minute, and then it was gone. But we do get it sometimes where like it's enough sometimes for my grandkids to come over and sled. And I'm a little higher elevation than they are, so they rarely get enough snow for that. I mean, it would be like a big deal for them. It's kind of a big deal for me, but not as, like it hardly ever happens for them. So they come up here. I've got a couple sleds out in my shed and it's pretty fun. Let's see, is there anything else I wanted to share? So you know what I'm working on next week? It's my jacket, and I'm gonna make a bunch more of those blanket tops. I could just wear those every day. It's like really nice. And when I was kind of searching around for things in my downstairs old sewing room, I found some fabric that I didn't realize I had for just this time of year. So we'll see. I mean, if I decide to use it, I'll show it to you, but I just found a couple more pieces of fabric and I brought them up and added them to my current pile. Well, no, I'll just show you real quick. I thought this was, I bought this probably at the end of the season, and it's kind of a velvet. And you know, we're velvet in the spring and summer, so it's pretty nice. That'd be a nice Christmassy tunic. And then I love this. It's just a lightweight knit. That would be a fun little tunic top too. So I brought them up and put them in my current stash. We'll see. I have no idea what I would make with them. I don't even know how much is on there, but so much for, you know, I have a lot of fabric. It's everywhere. I don't know what to say about that because I could buy fabric tomorrow. I just love fabric. So I'm loving my jacket and I'm really going to love that one. I'm so happy that you're here. I wish I could think of something else to talk about. Still loving my iPad. And I'd love to see how you're doing. You know, I always say come find me on Facebook because I'm on there every day, because I really am. But I love it when you do that and I get to see what you're doing. And I feel like this is kind of crazy, but I feel like I've made real friends. Like, I love seeing your grandkids and what you're making. And you know, I have a lot of camping friends from this channel, and I love seeing your campers, and it just feels like, you know, more interactive if you come find me on Facebook. I'm not like selling Facebook or anything. It's just kind of fun for me to see you. Even though you just see me, I get to see you. So come find me. I'll put the link right here and right here, like somewhere right there. I don't know. I'm not that good of an editor. But I will look forward to seeing you next Saturday, and maybe even before. We'll see if I come up with something to talk about. But I definitely will see you next Saturday, and I hope you're having a great weekend. I know you are, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment and thumbs up if you don't mind. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.